Can't see it yet. Meshach, are you still there?
Yes, I'm sharing my screen just in a minute.
Okay, thank you. Just drop these things faster. Yeah, so we can see your screen. So I want you to go to, yes, so just go slowly, Meshach. Just go slowly. So the first step is now to locate where in the downloads, locate where you have the SPSS zip file. So just go to download. Then once you're on download, if you already have the WinRAR, you will see your file is now like packed. So that's what we call a zip file. So you just double click on it, SPSS.27. So that's the version that we'll be using. Then it will ask you for the password. So for the password, you just type 123. Just type 123. That's the password for you to open the zip file. This is just used for protecting the file from virus. And then you click on OK. Then you click on OK. So that's how you will open that zip file. Just close that WinRAR window because we don't really need it. So from there, you have some key things here to note. First, you need to open the folder called IBM underscore SPSS underscore statistics. That one, just double click on the folder, it will open. Then from this folder, you need crack, which will help us like have the free version of it. What we need in that crack file is that the first folder, first file called ISERVRC, not the folder but the file. So click it once. Don't double click it. I just want you to close Meshach. I just want you to go slowly. So you click it once. I want you to copy that file and paste in your desktop. Just copy that file. Copy file to clipboard. Then have you copied? Just close that. Have you copied the file? You'll be sure if you have copied, just go to a desktop. You can minimize everything and go to your home window, then paste there. So go to your home window and paste there. Just close that other pop-up for the password. See, you have millions of windows open. Yeah, so paste there. Paste, there's paste there. Yeah, so that's the first step. So first step is to double click on the zip file. Once you double click, don't stop sharing but hide. Don't stop sharing but you can hide that. Yeah. So the first step is for you to open the zip file, then open the IBM SPSS statistics, then go to crack, copy this file, paste it on your desktop. That's the first step. The second step, we go back to our files. We go back to our files. Can you check if you have WinRAR window somewhere? I think it's on WinRAR window. There is WinRAR window. So just check on your more windows. There's more windows there. The far end. Can you click on the arrows, the down arrow? There, yes, click on down arrow. So click on the WinRAR window, then go back to the other one, not that one. Close that one. Go to the other WinRAR window that is open. So there, now go back with the up arrow key for you to return back to that arrow key. Click it. Now, there is now here a package called SPSS statistics. Ukiangalia on your under files type, you will see application. So you just double click that one. Not there. But here, just down here, there is SPSS statistics below crack. That one. So that one is what you double click and it will start installation. You double click, it starts installation. Just click once. Once you double click, just leave it. It should be installing. You already clicked and it was doing installation. So you don't have to double click again. So just relax, let it do the installation. So hiyo ni installation process tunafanya kwa machine.
Sasa nataka mtu akuwe na nini mimi.
Wewe ona hapa kwangu. Hiyo si muhimu.
Practical.
Hiyo si muhimu. Practical tutafanya. Hiyo si muhimu. Hiyo installation unaweza fanya. So once you have like the installation process is done, it will ask you here for the license agreement. Can you scroll down? Click next. Can you scroll down? Yeah, click next. Then click on I accept the terms. Click next. Then just click next. Don't change anything. Just click install. Just don't change anything. Just click next, install. So you just be patient enough depending on the speed of your internet. Are we all here? So if you are also here, maybe you need to react in the chat section with yes. If you are all here, react in the chat section with yes. If you are not yet here, just type not yet. Thank you, Sharon, for the thumbs up. Yes?
I'm asking.
Yes, Sharon.
When you are already on where it is saying read me text.
Oh.
I serve. Where are we?
So,
Yes.
when you are in that side of crack, that is a crack folder.
Yeah.
Have you already copied and pasted in the desktop?
Which one am I copying?
IS.
Because there are two of them.
Yeah, the first one.
IS.
Yes.
The first one.
Copy it and paste on your desktop. Yes.
Copy files to clipboard.
Yeah, to clipboard. Yeah, to clipboard. And then you'll go to your desktop and then you paste. Yes.
Okay.
Rose, are we together up to that point?
Yes, we are together.
Thank you.
After pasting?
So after pasting, you need to go back to the file, the crack, where you have the two files. You need to go back there first.
Okay.
Then once you are there, you need to click, there is an arrow, an up arrow, which will take you back to where you can see these three files, where Meshach is right now. So you need to go back to where you can see these three files. Have you reached there?
Yes, crack IF.
Meshach? Meshach? Just wait there, Meshach. Just wait there.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay. So go back to your screen, Meshach, so that I can now. So now, Sharon, you need to double click SPSS statistics. That file, the last file, you need to double click it.
I've done so.
So is it running? Is it showing some things in green, right?
Yes,
so you just be patient with it.
Okay.
You tell me what it's showing you. Once it has done that, you just wait
Okay.
a little and then it will load. So make sure click on cancel. Cancel, not next. Just down there. Just the very last. The very last, click on cancel. Mesha, can you search SPSS in your search down there? I think it's already in. Okay. I can don't open that one. Just wait. So just wait. We need now to do the next step all together. So let's wait for Sharon. So maybe Meshach, you can stop sharing at that moment and let's see where Sharon is, and then we can be able to proceed. Thank you for sharing your screen. Sharon, please share your screen.
Okay.
Maybe you might be required to mute Sharon because of your background.
Okay.
Hello. So Sharon, I don't know if it is my internet or yours. I don't know if, yeah, I think that's okay now. Yes, that's fine. That's really fine. I can now see your screen. So has it loaded? Did you click it? Can you minimize that window and let's see? You can minimize that window and let's see if there is anything running in the background, because I don't think if there is anything running in the background.
So can I repeat it or what?
Just click on cancel. Can you click cancel down there on that enter password one? Click on that cancel. Then go back to the 3 files where you have the SPSS statistics in that WinRAR. Under WinRAR, just click on the WinRAR and open the first window. Yes, double click. That is SPSS statistics.
My screen is blank. Are you seeing my screen?
Not really, maybe it's hanging or something. We are seeing your screen.
Saying, do you want to allow this app to make changes?
Yes, but I don't know where you are now, because we can't see that pop-up. I don't know if it is, we can't see that pop-up, but you should just accept. I think it's loading. Just be patient.
Okay.
Just wait on your screen.
Yes, I'm not seeing anything. I don't know where it is.
Can you close that? Those other files under WinRAR. Can you close them? Just leave that one, but close the other ones. In the same WinRAR, there are other windows there. Close them.
Everything.
Close the two and leave the SPSS one. Remove the WinRAR. So click on that and click on that again. Try to click that SPSS again. We don't see the pop-up on our end. What is showing at your end? Yeah, I think it's now okay. We can now see the green processing. The green color processing timeline. So that's okay. So let's wait for it. So you just be patient, just stay there until it brings the other pop-up for you to do it licensing. So just be patient a little bit. Is there any other pop-up it has indicated?
No. Nothing. It has disappeared.
I think just be patient. It should take a few. Anyway, so let's see if it will. You'll let us know if there is anything that comes up. So just give it like a few other
Okay.
seconds. I think it should load. If you see the circle, it will be indicating that it's loading. Have you seen any circle on your cursor? Near your cursor?
A blue one.
Yes. So just be patient. It's running in the background.
Yes.
So you'll just be patient. So what you do, you can just stop sharing, and then we'll share. You will tell us once you see another pop-up, which will be showing you that you need to accept licensing and so on. So you can just stop sharing.
Can you stop it on your... Let me try. There is something that is obstructing me. Can it allow you?
Meshach, can you try to
Can
see
it
if you
allow you
can pick
to
it up?
stop sharing from inside?
Yes, Manuel.
Can you pick it up? Can you try to share your screen and let's see if you will pick the sharing?
Then tell Sharon to stop sharing hers.
She can't stop sharing from her side.
Okay.
Or Sharon, we can drop you and return, and you can return back. So let me just drop you and you will come back, Sharon. So you can proceed, Meshach. Share your screen. Let's proceed and finalize as her case. I think her machine has some technical issues, but we will help her. So just hide that and let's proceed to the next step. So the next step, after you have installed SPSS and you have the other file we pasted on desktop, I want you to minimize that window, your window, and go back to the desktop and copy that file that we had pasted. Go to the desktop and copy the file we had pasted. So that file, you right click, you copy, then go to program files. So I want you to navigate to your local disk. So what we are doing, Sharon, we are just copying that file we had pasted on desktop. Go to the local disk C, go to the local disk C, and then go to program files. Go to program files slowly. So we just copied from the desktop, went to the local disk C, then go to program files, and then go to IBM folder. Go to IBM folder, open it, open SPSS folder, Open statistics folder, open 27. Then paste there. Paste there. Not in a folder, but in that entire folder, not in anywhere. Just right click anywhere in the other space and paste. It will ask you to replace the one that is existing. Please accept to replace the file in the destination. Click on continue. So this is a cracked version for SPSS. So this is how it's usually cracked for those who don't have licenses, so that they can use it for learning. So that process is done. So Meshach, you can try search SPSS in your search bar and open it on your machine and let's see. Then Rebecca, you will also share your screen just immediately after Meshach so that we can see where you've reached. So Meshach, just search there SPSS, only double S, not triple S at the end. So SPSS. Now click on open. Click on open. So SPSS is a very powerful tool for data analysis, data entry and data analysis. So it's very powerful. And so Sharon, I think we'll mute you. We'll mute you a little. All right. So that's opening for Meshach. So I think Meshach that's done. So that will be open in a few. So let's just see the window, the same as the one that I had when we started this session. So yeah, it will always show you a pop-up window for the recent files. You can just click on, you can even close that window. Close that window, the pop-up window. I said you can close it. It will always bring it, but you can close it or check on the box down there so that it doesn't open again in the future. Don't show this dialog in the future. You can check that checkbox on your left bottom left, your left side. Check that box and then you can now close that window. Then now you can see your SPSS is ready for work. So for your case, you are now okay. So you can stop sharing so that Rose can share her screen, and then we'll see if the Sharon's machine has where has her machine has reached so far. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Rose, are you there? Right, all right, all right, all right. Let's see your SPSS. Hello, I think there's some lag on internet because we can see the screen, but we can't see the SPSS, like you've not moved yet. So we just see that you are presenting. So can we click on SPSS? We just see that oh, that's okay. But now for your case, you have not bypassed the full steps that we did. So there's one space one step that is missing. So I want you to close this, close everything on the SPSS, close everything on the SPSS here, close this one also, close everything here on this SPSS. So there's a step that you missed. So don't save anything, just close everything without saving. There is this other window next to the WinRAR. Is it after the WinRAR? Is it also SPSS? Please close it. Close that. Cancel. Click on cancel down there. Then click yes. Click yes. Now go to your desktop and copy the crack file that we had pasted there. Go to your desktop on your window, main window. That one, you can even, that file, copy it. Then go to your local disk C. Go to program files. IBM, SPSS, statistics again. Where did you paste the other one? 27. Where did you paste the other one? Did you come here? Did you come here?
Sorry, what?
Were you able
I
to?
already came here and pasted the other one.
Where did you paste?
Somewhere here in 27.
Or you pasted in a folder?
No.
Okay.
Let me confirm.
There is already another one that is usually there that we usually replace. So anyway, let's run and see. So just paste that one there so that you can replace the one that is already there. There is already one that is already there. So click on replace the file in the destination. Then click on continue. Right. Now try search SPSS in your window. Search SPSS. Click on open. All right, you're good to go. So that's how you are to approach that. So that is that. You can just check on that box, don't show this dialog in the future. And then you click on the close so that you can close that window. So that's okay. So you are ready to go. So now let's give Sharon the last chance to share her screen and let's see where her machine has reached. And then we can be able to, you can just stop sharing. And let's see if Sharon will be able to solve this now or will require another support session. So Sharon, please proceed and share your screen. Thank you so much, Rose, for sharing. Sharon? Sharon, are you there? We can't hear you if you are talking. So once you are back, just let us know. So let me just check if there is any communication on WhatsApp.
I'm trying to connect.
Oh, okay. Can you share your screen?
I've done so.
Oh, but we can't see. Oh, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming, I think. It's coming. But we can't see it. Did you stop sharing again? Please share
Let me
again.
repeat it.
Yes. You can just mute and then you can proceed with sharing the screen. Let me just mute for you. Please proceed and share your screen.
I don't know where the challenge is because I'm sharing and I can't see it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can see now your screen. So there is that pop-up. I can see maybe pop-up for there's that pop-up is saying it's preparing to install. So just wait. Let's see if it will install or it has stayed there forever. Have you closed it?
No,
Oh, okay.
it is popping as it is going back.
Just wait for it. There's still some things running in the background. That's why you see that blue circle around that your cursor. What is the components of your machine? Maybe like the RAM. Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So as it does that, I think we'll proceed with the taking tour to SPSS, and then we will find out. I think it takes some time for your case. Still loading, so just be patient. You'll just tell us whichever window that is going to show next. So let's take a walk to SPSS, and I think that will help us a lot. So I'm sharing my screen. Just react with maybe thumbs up if you can see my screen. Just react with thumbs up if you can see my screen. I'm sharing my screen. All right, thank you. So just a minute. Let's save this output. Right, so this is what we call SPSS, Statistical Package for Social Sciences. So it has two main views. One here, down here is called data view. This is what SPSS is. It contains two main views. First view is called data view, and the second view is called variable view. So data view is where we type data. Data view is where we type data. Can you mute, please? If you just joined, just mute so that we don't have the background. Thank you. So it has two main views. First view is called data view, and the second view is called variable view. Data view, variable view. What does data view and variable do? If you need to key in data, you need to key in data in data view. Like for example, you have done a survey, or let's say a questionnaire. You have done a questionnaire. You have collected data about people, or let's say in this case, a questionnaire about student study habit and their academic performance. So you have asked students about their study habit. You have asked them about gender. First, you get the demographic information about the students. So you collect the gender, age, year of the study, the faculty of the study, and then from there now the section B is about the habit. So how many hours do you study per day outside the class? Do you have a regular study schedule? How often do you study in a group? So such questions on the study habit, and then now look at the academic performance. Now you have this maybe printed on a PDF and you shared distributed with the students on a manual PDF. So they just tick what is relevant to them. They just tick, provide their name, provide their age here. they provide their faculty and so on. Once you have this information, and that's what now we are talking about here, this powerful tool known as SPSS can help you key in that data. If you can master SPSS alone, you will be ready for data entry tasks, which are very, very nice tasks, where you are given just questionnaires like those now filled hard copies. Your work is to come and sit down and key in this powerful tool so that you can convert that data from manual to electronic. Let me just plug my charger. And so that is main thing we first do in SPSS. That's what we call data entry.
Emmanuel, please repeat.
All right. So I'll repeat. So just a minute, let me plug my charger. Just a minute, let me plug my charger so that I can concentrate and repeat that statement. Meshach, I've just... Right. Good to go. Not yet good to go. Just check. Okay. Yeah. So I'm saying you have questionnaires like the one I have here, sample questionnaire like the one I have here. You are collecting information about, let's say, the student habits. Doesn't need to be really student studies or something. This is just a sample questionnaire. It doesn't really mean like you must be this. You can be doing a survey on something else, a survey on youths initiatives, a survey on maybe environment day, or a survey on maybe AI literacy, anything. So you need, for example, you're not doing the electronic surveys. So let's say you're doing manual survey, especially for maybe people, like you need, like you meet a group of people and you need to ensure that they have already, there is a proof. You see, sometimes you see, as much as we are adopting digital literacy, there's usually scenarios where, let's say, this project is being funded for you to do such surveys, and there's also maybe things like signature. They need to put a signature to the end, at the very end. So things like that need you to capture their data in this nature so that you can have a proof of work done. So maybe you send the enumerators to the field, they go with these papers, they distribute to the people who are relevant in that target group. This target group fills these questionnaires. Let's say you have this like 50 people fill, you will have some others male, others female, others male, others female, they're this different age and so on. Or you're doing a survey on let's say mpox or any health, public health and so on. So you can be able to develop your questionnaire. Once you have that questionnaire, people have already responded. You have your data in manual format, like you have it in printed hard copies. You will need this SPSS tool to be able to document that data properly. So SPSS provides two views, data view and variable view. Variable view here is where you define the columns of your data. Let's say in this questionnaire, what will be the column? Let's say the first section is demographic information. So the column that we will have, the first will be gender, the second column will be age, the third column will be the year of study. So those ones are what we are calling variables in SPSS. So you provide their names here, you provide their type here, you provide their width, provide their decimal if they contain decimal values, like if this revenue, things to do with the decimal. Label is something that we can be able to easily read and know which type of variable is this. So we are going to learn details about this. Values, missing, column, and so on and so on. So here is where you just provide the variable names and the properties about each variable. This side is where now you will see the variables. For example, when I put here a variable known as gender, you will see it will pick some default information to this other side. But on this other data view, you will see here a column now known as gender. This other side is where we type the variable name, but this other side is where you will key in data for that particular variable. So I want all of us on our SPSS, let's open our SPSS, create the first variable on this variable view known as gender. So just type gender here and just press enter. Once you are done, react with thumbs up. Just type gender. Once you are done, react with thumbs up on your SPSS. Right. Rose. Meshach, are you there?
Of course, you are there. I've typed.
Okay. So that's well noted. So that's how we first define variables this side. When you go to your data view now, you will see a variable here called gender. Let's now first introduce now ourselves to other parts of SPSS before we even continue. At the very top, you will always see the title of your SPSS. A good habit is you need to save your SPSS file every time so that whenever anything happens, you don't lose your data. So how do you save your SPSS? Of course, you need to go to File. You need to go to File. You need to go to Save As or even Save. And then you can provide the name of your file. But before you reach there, under File, we have New. New here is where you can be able to create a new data. Like a new window like the one we have now. A new window like the one we have now. We have other things like syntax. Don't bother about these ones for now. So just focus that if you want to create a new data, just click on data. Next is open. You can be able to open data. Let's say we come here tomorrow and we want to open things we worked on today. So just go to File, Open, and then click on Data. So it will be able to lead you to in your local machine where you can be able to get the data. You locate the data now from there. Next, under File, we have, under File, we have Import Data. So you can get data even to SPSS from these other files types. So you can even get data to SPSS from Excel. You can get data from CSV. If you don't know what these are, don't bother even for now. But know that you can get data to SPSS from other versions. If you don't want to type data like the one that we want to learn now, how to do data entry. Then that is it. Restore point is where you can be able to like restore some versions of your data. So like trying to check the versions or the recovery points of what you've been working on. So this can help you restore what you've been working on. It's just like version history. Under File, we have Close. So you can be able to close. This one is already disabled, but close is definitely to close the window, so which you can just click here to close. Save shortcuts, they're also here. To save your work, you can just Control S to save your work. Save as means that you want to provide a title to your document, or you want to provide a file name, or you want to change the file name. You can save as. Save all data. This means that you just want to save everything, like the one that you have worked on. So just save everything. So you just locate where you want to save your work, and then you can be able to save that work. So you can go locate where you want to save your work, and you save your work from there. Next is, so we are just introducing ourselves. Of course, during our classes, we'll be interacting with these things. So we just do introduction, what you can get under what, and then as we will be learning, we'll be interacting with these things. So I'll take a quick walkthrough so that we can save time. Second is export. So once you have data here in SPSS, you can even export this data to other versions now. You can have data in SPSS and convert it to Excel. You can have data in SPSS and convert it to CSV. And these other versions, you cannot don't even bother about them if you don't know about them for now. So these other things we'll learn about them. You can rename the data set. You can be able to a repository if you have like other public accounts like the cloud. You can connect to the cloud, things to do with GitHub can directly connect to the cloud versions. You can store data from SPSS. These are other ways you can create your own repositories for this work. Then yeah, so that is it. You can have recent files that you have worked on here. You can have used data that you have worked on here. Next is edit. Edit can now help you like undo an action. If you did something wrong and you want to undo, you click on undo here, or the shortcut Control Z. Then we have redo, which means you want to go to the current update or current change. So that's Control Y. Cut, of course, the normal cut. Copy, the normal copy. And you can copy with variable names, you can copy with the labels, so you can paste these things, you can interact with them. If you want to clear, this means like you want to delete. Let's say we go here to this gender. When I click here, you go to edit and I click on clear, it will be able to delete this first variable that I just created. However, while still here, you can right click and you click on clear. So you can easily right click. You right click here, you right click while on number one, this number one. So you right click and clear. All right. So you can see other things that are already there. So some will be interacting with them. Things like replace, find and replace that are here. So it's same or less like we have them in Excel. Yeah, so view is what do you want to view. If you want to view the status bar, you can have it there. If you don't want it, you can hide it. That's just view. So you can return it. The status bar is the line down here. So you can see if we uncheck here, it will disappear down here. But if we check it, it will be back. Toolbar. If you want a data editor, you can, like this toolbar is the icons that you see here at the top. So you can hide them and hide them from here. Those icons, they are very good because they keep your work easier. If you want to easily access something, rather than going and looking for something inside here, you can directly access it right from here. So those are quick things that you can have on the toolbar. Menu editor, of course, this is now the file and so on. So here is the menu editor. Everything has its component inside it. So yeah, so that's what the menu editor is. Yeah, and so on. Next is data. So data here is where you can take actions to your data. Like you can define date and time. You can be able to do things like you can split files, you can select cases. We'll be looking how these things work in real cases in the next coming sessions. So we'll be interacting with it, how you can sort variables, how you can transpose and so on. So we'll be interacting with some of these things. But of course, when you can still do, while doing your own research, you will of course come and interact with them as well. Then transform here is where you can be able to like compute variables from other variables. Let's say you have a variable known as date of birth and you want to get, let's say, age from date of birth. Here's where you can use compute to get a new variable or a new data. So that's very, very useful. You can even record a variable from to another variable. Let's say you have age and you want age groups. So you can also create age groups, or let's say age brackets. You can also create clusters, or we call them the groups or classification. Then now here analyzes the powerful place where you can access all statistical analysis, as we'll be covering some here because some are really advanced, which we will not be covering in this session. Because remember, these are introductory things that require you to know things that when you are given data, you can be able to analyze it in details. But we'll not be going into that very advanced, depending on of course, there is a level of entry. Even those who do masters, those who do PhD, they still use SPSS. So we have some things here that are very, very advanced, but we will really will really utilize what we really need to know. So things like descriptive statistics will explore how to do descriptive statistics and to answer which kind of scenarios. Reports, things like code book, so we'll be able to use some of these tools that are powerful. Power analysis, things like mean, so we'll be doing some of these things that we can see here. So these are very powerful tools that we'll be able to explore, including regression, the way we did it in Excel, for those who are there in the Excel. But for those who are not there, we'll do it ahead. So yeah, so all these are powerful analysis tools, so we'll be exploring them. So I'll not spend my time here now. Graphs, you can be able to do some data visualization here. The way we did it to Excel, you can also do here some graphs. When you have data, you can now really do graphing here. So you can develop some charts. But anyway, Excel is powerful in data visualization than SPSS. However, SPSS is good. I'll show you where SPSS is good, where you can work hand in hand with Excel. Though the visuals for SPSS are not that nice compared to the Excel. But the SPSS does more analysis than Excel. So SPSS can give you like the numbers you need to visualize in SPSS, in Excel. So SPSS can give you numbers that you can visualize in Excel. So they work together because SPSS visuals are not that nice, but we'll see how they look like. And these other things are actually general stuff. We have some icons here like file, like save, print, and transform, undo, redo. So these are really shortcuts for taking actions from here. However, we will see when we have data, how does this work? So we will see some of these other things, how they work when we have data in. Is there any question on intro to SPSS? Sharon, what is it that is showing on your screen before we can proceed? Sharon, are you there?
There.
Yes. Where?
Licensing.
Okay, licensing. That's very nice. So let me stop sharing so that you can share as others take a 3 minutes break, so that we can sort this out as well. So just share your screen. So I'll just mute you a little bit as I guide you. Yeah, thank you for that. I think yeah. So Sharon, I'll just mute you so that we don't have the background noise. So let's now go to your license window, the one that's showing license. Let's go there. Don't unmute. Don't unmute. Just go to where it was showing license so that I can guide you from there. Hello, Sharon. Can you go to your license window? Go to your license window where you are saying it was showing license. So click the next. Click next there. Click next. I said you mute unless you have a question because of the background noise. So you just need to mute. So let's proceed. So from there, click on I accept. Click on I accept and then you click on next. Click on I accept. Click on next. All right. All right. So today is more on data entry. So we have introduced ourselves to SPSS. So I want us to create more variables here without just going even this other side. So first we will create variables, and then we'll do those other information later.
Emmanuel, we're not seeing. Okay.
Yeah. So we have here a variable known as gender. We have a variable known as age. We have year of study. We have a faculty for this demographic information. So what we usually say is first you need to create a template. A template where you can share with the people and they can now do the data entry even without you being there, but it's easier for them to do data entry even without your presence. Anyway, let's proceed. Now we have gender. We have already provided gender, so let's go to age. So just write age as your next variable. So age, you just type age here, press enter, so it will create a new variable known as age. Next, we need to create a variable known as year of study. Year of study. So you will come to this side of SPSS. We need to create a variable known as year of study. So when we type year of study, when we press enter, we'll be told variable name contains an illegal character. So what does that mean? There is something we call rules in naming variables. So rules in naming variables. So we have looked at the SPSS interface. So we have looked at variable view. So we are going to do that. Let's proceed. So let me give here rules for naming variables just here before we proceed there with the interface. So rules for naming variables. Someone, okay, this is still Meshach. Okay. So, oh, Meshach, can you mute, please? There's a lot of, think this because you are joining me.
Just a minute.
Okay. So let's have here rules for naming variables. So the rules for naming variables here, for naming variables, so we can have it like this, and then from here we can now provide the first rule. So we have some rules that a variable name must satisfy for it to be picked by SPSS that is a variable. So what is a variable? Variable is usually just a naming value. A variable is a naming value. Variable is a naming value. So we'll have this material on our session in our class so that you can use it for referencing. So a variable, but you can of course make your own notes as you wish. So a variable is a naming value. That's what a variable is. So this in other words, it means a column name. Column name in SPSS. Column name. Just that. That's what variable is. So we have rules for naming a column in SPSS. So the rule one is that a variable name can start with a letter. Let's say a variable name can start with a letter. Let's try underscore so that we can just let's say underscore h. So you cannot start with a special character. You cannot start even with a digit. Let's say 9h. That one is also not accepted. But when you type age 9, it's accepted. So just know that every SPSS name or variable column or the variable name must start. Every variable name must start with a letter. Must start with a letter. But not an underscore, not underscore, or any other underscore, digits. You can't start with digits or any other special character. So every variable name must start with a letter. That's a rule. Number two, rule two. Rule two is that a variable name must not contain white spaces. White spaces. White spaces means blank space. Variable name must not contain white space or cannot contain white space, which are blank space. As like the case we have just done here, when I was typing, let's say age, not age, but year of study. You see we have year, space, of, space, study. That's what we mean by white space. So this one is not acceptable. It's illegal. It's illegal. But what you can do now, you can have year underscore of underscore study. So you must replace white spaces with underscore. Replace white spaces with underscore. E.g. year of study to year of study. So that's how you must, this is a rule. An underscore is accepted after a letter. Always a letter must start, but underscore can come after a letter. Let's say you have other special characters. Let's say you have age at. That one will be accepted. What is important is the first letter, the first character must be a letter. If you start with at age, at will accept, but if you start with slash age, it's illegal. So only at here in this case can be allowed for you to use as a key special character. But others, even underscore, cannot be allowed to start a letter. So, but it also sounds weird if your variables are starting with the special characters. So just note that in always is good for you to start with letter. So we have seen those are three rules. I think those are three rules. Then rule number 2. Okay. Rule number 4. Rule number 3. Rule number 3. Of course, I think I combined other rules here because a digit cannot start. That is also inside here. Digit is also always another, this one, yes. This digit cannot start as a variable name. So that one is already here in this rule. So we will, of course, define other rules as we go on. So these are very key that we need to know as we proceed with our data entry. So this is the year of study. Next is faculty slash school. So faculty slash school. So you go to your variable name, provide there faculty stroke school. So for me, I'll provide here faculty stroke school. So again, there's a special character, this special character known as slash, so it's not accepted after. So you cannot have it. You can either have it like this or put an underscore. So you can't have the forward slash or the backslash. So it's not acceptable. So the rules are very clear. If you see that's telling you illegal character, just know that you have something, either special character is starting or something in the middle and so on. So faculty underscore school, or you can even have faculty school with the capital S, like that. So that's nice to note. So we have looked at that. So Sharon, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Has it finished?
No?
Okay, just give it time. Okay. All right. So let's say you want to be specific and be able to remember that these questions are for section A, these other questions are for section B, and for section C, and for section D, and so on. So we are going to see that. So we are going to see that. So how do we amend that? You can, of course, let's say you want to have section A, question 1, section A, question 2. So you can always have that. So a variable name is not a must that it must be a real name of a variable. It must not be a real name. It can even be question 1, in section A, question 1. It can even just be that. Question A, in section A, question 2. It can even be that. But now you will have to define these names now under label, because this is what is important. This will be the label now. Label allows you to even say gender of the student. So here is where even the whole question can go. Gender of the student. So if you had a questionnaire and you want to put your questions, always your questions will be on the label. While these variable names are just unique identifiers for your data in the SPSS. So it's not a must that it must be a real name. But here is where you need to correctly specify, because this is what will be showing on the charts. So I can even have A1 here instead of gender. I can just have A1. Sorry, there's a duplicate because I already have this one here. So I can just drop this, and this one can also not remain blank. So let me just put something there and then put here A1. So I can even have here A1, then put here gender of the student. Then I can have A2. So this one helps you easily identify that this is actually still section A, this is section B. I'm now entering section C in terms of analysis. So A2, this also is a duplicate. I already have it here. Let me just put these ones first, the dummy. So I can have here A2. I can take this edge and put this edge under label. So it will be edge of the student. But of course, if you feel you will struggle, because remember what you put here will be the one that will be shown here. So if you really want to have the names, it's better you leave the names. But of course, you can combine A1 and even put an underscore, say gender. You see? So that you can identify that this is actually section A, question 2, but it is about age. You can have question 3, section A, question 3, but it's actually about the year of study. You can have faculty here, but it's question 4. So you'll have A4. You see? So that's how we usually specify, so that you can remember also to make your analysis easier, to know that I'm now entering my analysis for section B and so on. So if you come to section B, then you just take B5. So you will have B5, but B5 will be how many hours do you study per day outside classwork? So that question, I'll just paste it in the chat section so that you can also have it easily rather than typing. So you can also copy from here. So how many hours do you study outside the classwork? So you come here, that question must be pasted here under variable, under label. So you paste here, how many hours do you study per day outside the classwork? Here you put B1, B5, I think it's now B5. B5, unless if it starts from 1, it depends with how you have structured your sections. So for my case, let me see, for my case, what do we have? 5. So it will be B5. So you just come here, type B5, put underscore, look for a unique, B5, put an underscore, look for a unique name, unique thing here from this question. You can even say hours of study. Or study hours. You see, I have just created a variable from this long sentence. So variable names need to be very short and cannot have spaces. If you want to describe that, paste here, so that someone else, when someone else comes, can know that this is talking actually about the how many hours do you study per day. Then the next thing you go to, do you have regular study schedule? So you will come to these choices later, but first just ensure you have all the variables. So just paste here, the next variable is, do you have a regular study schedule? So this will be B6. B6 is talking about study schedule. So I'll just type study schedule, like that. Study schedule. All right, so I'll copy this and paste also in the chat so that you can have it to save your time of typing this. So I'll paste that here, regular study schedule. Then we go to the next. So that's what you need to do until you are done, is when you can proceed and now do some data entry. So let's proceed with our questionnaire. So we'll put all the questions. How often do you study in a group? So copy this question. How often do you study in a group? You'll copy this data, come here, paste here. How often do you study in a group? How often do you study in a group? So this variable name, by default, it will bring this. So just replace this with study group frequency. So it will be B7, but we'll be talking about. So just look for something unique from this so that you can easily use it to remember which question that question was about what. Study group frequency. So I can just have study group frequency, or even study group is enough for me to know that is about how often. Then I'll go to next. Next is rate your concentration level while studying. I'll paste this in the chat section, and I think the other one also in the chat section. So we have this one, and also we had another one, the other one was about how often do you study in a group. How often do you study in a group? So those are the two questions. So how often do you study in a group? And then we have rate your concentration level. So that one, your variable will be, can someone construct for us a variable name for that? How often do you study in a group? We have already provided. We need to provide rate your concentration level in while studying. So can someone give us the variable name that we can have here on behalf of this statement? Can someone give us a variable name that we can have instead of this? Yes. Yes. Variable name. Yes, Rose. Please proceed.
We can have concentration level.
Concentration level. That's exact. So this one can be a variable B8 known as concentration level. Concentration level. As simple as that. That's how you define your variables. So it's very, very important for you to correctly, uniquely identify your variables. Just know that you have entered another section of set of questions. And also for year of study, you'll need to provide here the label for this. For the year of study, you need to provide the label. So the label here will be just year of study or student year of study. Faculty, student, faculty, or student school, student, faculty of study. So these things are very important because all your analysis will come out with the labels. So if you don't provide information here that someone can understand and relate, then you'll have a big problem of explaining everything. So you need to set all these variables, put them here, and then when you go to your data view, you'll be able to see them. So we'll check the next one. So we have now the rate of your level of concentration while studying. So we now go to section C. Section C is about academic performance. So it will be C9. And C9, the question will be, what is your average score in the last semester? So you just copy this up to here. Don't put the range. You can put the range, but don't put this space. So you can put this in bracket. Values are ranging between 0 to 100. So what are your average scores in the last semester? So you'll just come to, let's say, go to SPSS. And here is where you paste this. What is your average score in the last semester? So you can put into bracket 0 to 100. So you can put that here so that someone can know that the values there are ranging from 0 to 100. What will be the variable for this? What will be the variable for this? Meshach, what do you think? What will be the variable here from this label? Meshach?
Average score.
Average score. Yeah. So what was your average score? So that's average score. That's okay. Average score. How often do you study? I think you have that. Average score is there, and I think I had shared this rate you. So this will be average score. So you'll call this B9 and underscore average score. Average score. So that's how you identify the variable from the statement, from the question. You identify a unique variable. So average score. So that's very, very important. So we'll go back to our sample questions. Last question is, do you believe your study habit affects your academic performance? So we'll copy this and take this to SPSS. So we'll go to SPSS. Let me paste this first in the chat section so that you can have it. Please remember for the above question, remember to remove this. I think there is a last element that is on this question that I really didn't see it coming. So just remove it, ensure that you don't have that square bracket. Then, do you believe your study habits affect your academic performance? So for this case, it's tricky to directly get to the variable, but if you just say study habit, that's okay. Like study habit belief. So you can just even have something like study habit, or just if you just have study habit, still okay. So B10, underscore study habit, because you will like go to the question and now relate. So that's study habit. So that's how first you define your variables, variable names, then define the labels for this variable. Sharon, we again back to you. Has it finished?
It's almost.
Okay. But you are following, so you will follow you will get the recording so that you can be able to set up also.
I'll go. Okay, I believe you'll send us the recording after, then I'll again do it.
Yes, sure. All right. So now you can now see that this side we have the variables, but you can see they are squeezed, and this side we have the variable view where you can now create the variables, and this other side you can view the data. So let's try to change some things here. First, let's look at the type. Let's look at the type. So by the type, we mean the type of the variable. So you'll go back to your questionnaire. We need to learn some things here. I think this is important. We will learn, but we will not implement now. But we just wanted to learn because it's good for us to introduce it here. So in SPSS, we have 3 types of measurements. We call them measurements. So let me come here and now talk about types of measurements. I think they're here. You can see measurement. You can see measurement here. So types of measure. Types of measure in SPSS. So type of measure. So the way you will select the type of measure will affect your type in SPSS. The way you will select your measure will affect your type in SPSS. What we mean is the way you will select here under measure will affect your type, or your type will affect your measure of scale. So we need first to understand these measures of scale, then is when we can now choose the type correctly. So we said we have 3 types of measures of scale in SPSS. We have 3 types of measures of scale in SPSS. So in SPSS, we have scale, which basically accommodates continuous and discrete data. In general, it accommodates numeric data, but this data can be continuous. This data is continuous. Data is continuous or discrete, but is not like category. So it's just, let's talk about continuous and discrete. Then we have another type, which is called ordinal. Ordinal is a type of data that is categorical, that is in categories, but there is order. Categories with order, or we call them rank. Categories with order or rank. While nominal is categories without order or rank. So we have scale, ordinal, and nominal. Ordinal contains order and rank, or rank. Or nominal doesn't have any order. I'll give examples. For scale, this can be things like weight, height, age, age, BMI, not the BMI class, but the BMI. And etc. etc. Ordinal can be things like education level, things to do with rank, educational level. What else that goes with rank? Things like light intensity, things like high, medium, low. What else goes with the rank? Can you give me some examples? Things that go with rank, even in the chat section, or you can unmute. What do you think goes with rank? Like there is an order. Educational level. We have things like sun intensity, water intensity, humidity intensity. So things to do with high, low, medium. Those ones are order. What else do you think there is order? What else do you think there is order? So order, there is education level and anything to do with rank, anything with the rank. So, but it's categorical. Remember, it needs to be categorical. Not that it is continuous like average scores. Those ones are still treated as scale. So this needs to be categorical, but there is an order. Then categories without order is things like gender, marital status. What else is in category without rank or without order? What do you think? Hello?
Can we talk of religion?
Religion. Yes. Religion. Religion is okay. And yes, no questions. Yes, no questions. Yes, no questions are all this type. Yes, no questions. So yes, no answer. Those ones are this type. Though these ones are binary, we call them binary, but they are still under nominal in SPSS because we only have 3 categories. So yes, no have no order. They are treated like that. So when you look at our questions, can you give me more examples? Can you classify? Can you help me now classify? So gender is someone, gender is
Gender is nominal.
gender is nominal. Thank you, Meshak. Rose age is
Sorry. I think it's scale.
age is scale. Sharon, year of study is year of study is
Is it nominal?
year of study. There is some order. So what can it be? There's some order in year of study. What can it be?
It is rank.
Yeah, it's ranked.
It is ordinal.
So it is ordinal. Yes. So this is ordinal. This is ordinal. Right? School faculty is anyone?
Ordinal.
Faculty. Is there any order? There is no order.
Nominal.
It's nominal.
Nominal.
There is no order. So study habit. Now, how many hours do you study per day? Which one is this? Which one is this?
Is it scale?
This one is not scale because we said scale needs to be. You see now they were supposed to be scale, yes, but now we have categories. So whenever you have categories, you just look at are these categories having an order, or there is no any insights in the order. There's no meaning in the order. If there is no meaning in the order, it's nominal. If there is meaning in the order, it's ordinal. So which type is this? Which type is this? So which type is this? Guys, come on. Remember, there is categories. And you can see in these categories, there is an order. There is a meaning. By a meaning, I mean, when someone says has less than 1 hour of study, the next person, the person who is who studies 1 hour to 2 hours, has a meaning greater than the one who is for 1 hour. Same applies to 3 hours to 4 hours is greater than this other one. So there is a meaning in it. There is a meaning. So this one will be, there is an order. There's a rank. So this one is ordinal. Do you have a regular study schedule? Which one is this? Which one is this?
Nominal?
This one is nominal. Yes, this one is nominal. How often do you study in a group? Which one is this?
Nominal?
Yes? Meshach, you're saying?
Nominal.
This is not nominal, this is ordinal. Because, remember, this one is a Likert scale. When you get these kind of questions, relate them to something we call Likert scale. Just search Likert scale in your search. Likert scale. And even open one of the images. Open one of these images. Just the first one. The first one is nice. It has 7-point Likert scale. Agree, things to do like agree, things to do with frequency. I don't know where will I get that image now. I think it was somewhere, but it's not again there easily. So no problem. So just save it. I just want to save it, but we'll just open it. So no problem. Let me just download this here. Then open it. Just open it with this. Just once. So guys, anything to do with this is what we call Likert scale. Likert scale. So things to do with frequency, things to do with satisfaction, things to do level of difficulty, things to do with quality, poor, very good, excellent. All these things are ordinal because there is an order. So anything to do with never, occasionally, those things are ordinal. So we will have ordinal here for how often do you study in a group. This one will be rate your concentration level while studying. Which one will this be?
Ordinal.
This is ordinal. This is ordinal. So this is very, very important. Whenever you have a questionnaires, just take one questionnaire, note down the way we have done this, and in the next session, you will see what we will do with this questionnaire so that it can be ready for entry. So I'll take a printed copy, like do some dummy coding on it, and then we'll now use it for the next session. Next session is on Thursday, so we'll pick it from there. But let's finish up these two. So this one will be. What was your average score in the last semester? Will be.
Scale.
This one is scale. Thank you.
I think that is scale.
Yeah, that is scale. Then, do you believe your study habit affects your academic performance? This one is
Nominal.
nominal. Yeah. All right. So at least we have labeled all this to our variable, to all our data. So in the next session, I will come with something like has been answered. So once it has been answered, one that has been answered, I will also have done, or we can do the dummy coding together so that you can be able to understand. But I'll come with a copy that is ready for the next session. So we will pick up from there, but before we leave, I want us to save our work so that we can pick it up from there. So how do we save? So you go to File, you go to Save As, and then locate where you want to save your work. Maybe you want to save there. So we'll create a folder there. So just give a title here. Let's say data entry, or let's just give it a title like session 1 data entry, just something like that, and then you click on save. So all SPSS file will be saved with .sav extension. Then if you want to encrypt your file with password, you can encrypt, but for us, we're not encrypting anything. So just do that. This is usually good for data privacy and encryption. So once you are done, you just click on save. So this file, ensure that you put it somewhere where you can be able to remember. You can create a folder and call it data analysis, where you will have all your files together, because moving forward, you're going to have a lot of some file. So ensure that you save your work well so that we can pick it up from there for the next session, where you can be able to organize this our work, put some entries this side, and then we proceed like that. Thank you for joining us today, and let's look forward to meet on Thursday. So let's keep learning. Thank you and have a nice evening. Unless there is a question for this, before we leave, I want us to join somewhere where we'll be sharing our materials, including datasets. So I'm sharing in the chat section. So in the chat section, for Sharon, I think you'll remain behind so that you can see where you have reached. So you just click on this link. It will ask you for the class code. Just put the class code, and then you'll be able to join this LMS, where we'll be updating our learnings. We'll be updating our learnings there. So just click on the link and go paste this code also there. It'll be good to go. So you'll land on we already learned about this for those who did digital skills, the digital LMS. So you learned about this. So you just go to classroom. So it will lead you to something known as classroom, and then you just click on join class, and then it will ask you for the code. So you'll come somewhere known as join class, and then it will ask you for the code. So you'll join this class, Then you will paste that code on the entry. It will ask you. Then once you are there, you log in. Once you log in, just say hi to us so that we can know that you're already in. Say hi. So here is where I will be putting our resources, including also YouTube videos. So you will always get updates here under stream. If you have any question on anything, you can always share by clicking on add comment to any chat that has been posted. Then classwork is where you will get class materials that will be putting there. This class material will be here, will also be sent to your email, and also will be showing on your stream. Then people will be people who will be in the class. So that's what I want. I can see Meshach has already joined. So let's join here so that we can track our work better moving forward. Thank you for the session, and I'm looking forward to see you on Thursday. So I'll share this recording with us here and also on WhatsApp so that we can be able to fast track. Unless there is a question. Thank you and have a nice evening. Goodbye.
Well, can you share the questions?
Yes. I can share the question. I'll also put them there in the
So that
LMS.
somebody can do it on his own.
Yes, I can share in the LMS. Yes, I can share that in the LMS. Can just share these in the LMS. So you can make a copy of your own. Yeah, so I can just share that in the LMS so that you can repeat what we just did. So that's okay. So I think I can just pick from the drive. Yeah, so just pick it from the drive, sample questionnaire, session 1 questionnaire. Yeah, so that is it. So you'll get it there. So the topic is under Introduction to SPSS. So I'll post that in the group. So you'll have it right away. Same case to this other material. So you can also always get also access to it so that you can have a summary of what we have just learned as you prepare for the next session. So this is session 1 guide. Session 1 guide topic also from the drive. You can have this there also. Right. Yeah, so that is it. Thank you and goodbye.